I got something in the mail that will assist me with the interview that I'm doing with Lou Gramm on my station on Kiki.fm, and I felt like it would just be appropriate to open it in front of you guys. Yeah, I know. I have no makeup on right now. I'm kind of... whatever, it is what it is. I did put some lip gloss on for you, though. I got something in the mail that will assist me with the interview that I'm doing with Lou Gramm on my station on Kiki.fm, and I felt like it would just be appropriate to open it in front of you guys. I'm excited, and I can't wait to literally just go through it and pull out some very cool pieces. So I've got the links where you guys will be able to purchase. Oh, sorry, something fell. Where you will be able to purchase the updated edition of Lou Gramm's Jukebox Hero. And yeah, Lou's on the back. And guess what? Lou's on the front. Of course, his story is in a book. Now, I know that this book was originally released in 2013, so I can only imagine what else is in here. And there's some pretty cool photos in here as well. Oh my, I'm not even going to show you. I'm not showing you because you're going to go and get the book. I'm honored to be able to speak to him. I am honored to help celebrate his 70th birthday. We got a lot of surprises planned, and this is just going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And again, I cannot wait to dig in and chew this up and soak it all in. Yeah, Jukebox Hero. And I will put the links for the book where you can purchase it in the description box down below. Look at it. Look at a lot of things to talk about. Hi, Lou. I am doing so well. I have to introduce you, though, because I have my whole introduction for you.
All right. Now, everyone, he really does not need an introduction, but it is beyond exciting to have him here. Now, when he was lead singer for Foreigner, they sold almost 100 million records. And their biggest hit to date, I Want to Know What Love Is, still brings people to their knees, especially when Lou sings it today. He knocked it out of the ballpark when he had his own solo career and released the albums Ready or Not and Long Hard Look. He righteously landed into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2013 alongside Mick Jones. And he also has some untouched music and has re-released his 2013 book, which is amazing, Jukebox Hero. And oh yeah, he's celebrating his 70th birthday. Lou Gramm. Hello, Lou.
70 years young.
70. Now.
Yeah, no, I know that's a big number. That's a big number, but I feel good, and you know, I'm not gonna let that number trouble me or play games with me. I'm just going to keep on going.
That's right, and as you should. Now, from Wembley Stadium in London to Super Rock in Japan to Memorial Stadium at Farm Aid, there was no way at that divine time in 1985 you were thinking about what life would be like when you turned 70, right?
Oh, no, not at all. Are you kidding me?
Now, the book, we got to talk about the book, Jukebox Hero. Now, it came out in 2013, and you just re-released it not too long ago. First question, Lou, what was haunting you to re-release the book and say what you didn't say the first time around? And you do start the book talking about one of the scariest times in your life when you discovered that you had a brain tumor. So what made you decide to take that piece of your life to open the book with?
Well, it seemed like when the book originally came out, there was unfinished business to talk about. Definitely the brain tumor, but other things in my life too. And I just felt that if the audience or the fans are going to get a complete picture, then we should put a little addendum onto the book and punctuate the end as it should be.
Yeah. Now, I do have to say, I love when you talk about your childhood. That was actually, I have to say, one of my favorite parts of the book when you did talk about your childhood. And I loved when you talked about Sauce Sundays and how you and your family sat around the radio, kind of like what families are doing today. You would listen to Frank Sinatra. And it's so funny to me that you did that with your family. That was obviously a great memory for you. But you didn't have any ambition to be a singer.
No, not like that. I actually enjoyed that, singing Frank and Tony and some of the greats from that era. But I had no ambition. I just enjoyed the music, and my dad played trumpet. And my mom sang in his big band back in the late '40s, and I enjoyed hearing about all that and stuff like that. But I think my musical ambitions didn't begin till I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I started playing drums.
Now, do you make sauce today? I need to know that. Or is it gravy?
Oh, no, it's sauce, and it's my mom's recipe.
Oh, nice. All right, do you put basil in it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of sugar?
Yeah, a little bit of sugar, too.
Just a little. You can't have a lot.
And a celery stalk.
A celery stalk?
That takes away the acidity of the tomatoes.
All right, thank you for that, because I didn't even know that, so I'm doing that next time. Now, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they were high on your list as icons to you, and you had the honor of performing at one point with Paul and then with Ringo. You loved John Lennon, never got to perform alongside George. Now, when you did perform with Paul and Ringo, was that like an out-of-body experience for you?
Oh, unbelievable.
Tell us what that was like for you.
It was just it was like being strapped to the front of a 747. And it was like all of your senses were blotto. You knew what was going on, and you were. I was just trying to sing my parts and stop thinking about who I was singing with.
Now, Ringo, did that happen? You were in the audience, and then he called you up on stage?
Yes, that was cool.
Oh my gosh, Lou!
Yeah, that was with Ringo's All-Star Band, and my friend Nils Lofgren, who played on my solo albums, was playing with Ringo's band, and out of the blue, Ringo called me on stage.
And you just got up there and you just belted out music. I don't even think I could do that.
Yeah, I knew the song that he was going to. I knew the songs that he was singing, and fortunately, he asked me to sing along with him on one that I knew.
Oh man, crazy. Now, I found it interesting, Lou, when you were in Black Sheep and you got critiqued by Jack Garner. He was a very well-known reviewer at the time. And one of the things he said about Black Sheep, you were the lead singer, was that it's dangerous to be different in the very commercial business of pop music. Now, he liked that you guys weren't playing cover stuff that everybody knew. But is that something that you carried with you throughout your path to success?
I think I did because my first band was my first band or two were cover bands. I think it was 15 or 16, but by 17 or 18 I was writing my own music. I wanted to do that. I didn't want to do anybody else's songs.
Now, you've always said that when you joined Trigger, and for those of you who don't know, that was the name of Foreigner before it was Foreigner. And, you had an amazing chemistry with everyone in the band. And when it came to you and Mick writing, I think I speak for everyone saying that the partnership you both had was just magical. When you look back at those beginnings, do you feel that way too?
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first times going around to his apartment, having dinner, and then going over to where he had his piano and his small amplifier, and just working on ideas and coming up with in the course of 2.5 hours, almost finishing 2 complete songs. The first song we wrote together was "A Long Way From Home." There were some very productive outings, and we didn't know what to expect. We were just seeing if we had any chemistry at all, and the chemistry was really bubbling over.
Spot on, really. And you guys started during the time when management literally peddled your music to radio stations, because those were the good old days, right? Everything was old school.
Yep.
And you did say in the book that jocks could either make you or break you.
We were played very heavily by WNEW in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really wonderful to be driving into Manhattan to rehearse our albums and before we toured, and to hear Feels Like the First Time come on WNEW, in stereo, very loud. And Dennis Elliott and I would be driving in from Westchester, and we'd hear it, and we'd have to pull over to the side of the road. It was so mind blowing,
I cannot even imagine the feeling that you guys had.
Oh yeah, we turned the radio up and pulled over to the side of the road because Dennis was so excited he couldn't drive.
Understandably so. You're hearing yourselves on the radio for the first time.
And this was on the West Side Highway, and that was dangerous. If you pulled over on the side of the road of the West Side Highway, you might find yourself without your tires and wheels.
Oh, geez. Well, good thing you took them with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Lou, Feels Like the First Time, that was your first release. It went to number 4. It's the band's first release, and it goes right to the top of the charts. You had a very hard road to get where you did. You struggled. You did.
Absolutely. We came along at the tail end of disco, but disco was still fairly strong, and at kind of the beginning of a rock revival. There were bands like Boston and the Doobie Brothers, and there were good rock groups out there, and we had our work cut out for us if we were going to establish ourselves as one of the best.
And you did. All that hard work just amazingly paid off for you. But when you did start touring, which was soon after Feels Like the First Time was released, you're on the road for days, I guess months at a time. How many times did you think about what your dad said to you about being a full-time musician?
Often.
Did you?
Often, yeah. And later on, years later, when we were even touring heavier, those words haunted me.
Did it ever make you second guess what you were doing?
Yes, absolutely, a number of times.
And did you ever almost say, I can't do this, right in the middle of what you were achieving?
I said to myself that I can't do this, but it usually came after a show when we were on a 7 or 8 hour bus drive to the next city, but the next day I was always ready to do the show, and with a stronger attitude.
Yeah. And I found it really strange because, again, I, like everybody, followed you since the beginning, and the critics were hard on you guys, but yet
they were.
And it's so strange because here it is, you have this humongous worldwide fan base screaming for you, tens of thousands of fans, but yet the critics are not liking you at all. So did you ever let those reviews get to you? You just say, you know what, the fans are the ones that are talking. They're the ones that are...
Yeah, we the band would talk about the bad reviews amongst ourselves and more or less realize that to a degree that the critics were out to get us because they didn't make us.
Aha.
Usually the critics will tout a band and then they'll become very popular. We became popular before the critics had a chance to say anything.
How does that feel, right?
It felt great, and Rolling Stone was really brutal to us, but even they gave us good reviews on Foreigner 4 and some of the later albums.
Well, they had no choice at that point.
Well, I think they came to see us as we were called a corporate rock band. In other words, we were formed in a boardroom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the songs were put together by 8 or 10 corporation presidents, and did you ever know that corporation presidents could write so good?
I didn't, Lou. Thank you for informing us.
and the things they were saying, actually, if you quickly thought about them, they just didn't make any sense.
What was the craziest critique you ever read?
Oh, jeez, there were a lot. There's not one coming to mind right this second, but there were some that even if you weren't a big fan, you had to know that the critics were really out to get you,
out of their minds.
Yep.
And again, just myself as a fan looking back, I never even read that stuff anyway, so it didn't matter to, I think, somebody like me anyway. Now, 1982, you already had reached multi-platinum status. And, again, people say, oh, it was a 5-year thing. But, again, you had your struggles. You paved your path. It took you a long time to get there. But now the money's flowing in. You guys had a jet with your name on it. And you were able to spend money.
We didn't own that. We just leased it.
Right, but it took you to shows and all of that, right?
That was unbelievable. Instead of 7 to 9 hours on the bus, we were there in an hour and a half.
Gosh, man.
And able to go to the hotel and sleep.
Yeah, but your name was on the side of it too, right?
Yeah, it was foreigner, sleep.
So you had the money, you were able to do what you wanted at that point. Out of any of your first big purchases from then, do you still have any of that today? Like one thing that you treasure?
Well, I bought my first house, and while I don't have that house, I certainly remember what the purchase of this small little house meant to me, as opposed to renting apartments.
Yeah, what amazing.
And it was wonderful. It was a small little house on an acre and a half in Katona, New York. That was in Westchester, and I had a garage for my car and an acre and a half for my dog to run, and I thought I was in heaven.
Yeah, well, you were. I mean, really, you earned that all yourself, and it took you. You appreciated that. I'm assuming, when you got to that point.
Do you know, every Sunday I used to, I had a push mower. I used to have my sauce on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then I used to get a little portable radio and put it in my pocket with the earphones on and mow the lawn while I was listening to the Mets.
Come on.
Yep.
So do you do that today, Lou?
No, I don't do that today.
But yeah, you can have somebody else mow the grass.
That's right.
Now, Midnight Blue, I have to say that is my absolute favorite song from you. And
oh, thank you.
I love it. Now, when you sang the songs with Foreigner, the passion that emitted from you was unprecedented. But when you sang solo, there was a different vibe of strength and happiness when you sang those solo songs. What do you think that was?
I think that was me proving myself and being satisfied with feeling a sense of satisfaction with my own work.
And we love it so much. Oh gosh, love it so much. Now, my husband dug up your version of Stairway to Heaven, and we've been playing it on the station because it just blew me away. Now,
that was fun, wasn't it?
Oh my God, Lou, please tell us about how you did that, the cover of that song, because I couldn't find anything about it anywhere. And I did read, though, that Lita Ford was on backup vocals and Zakk Wylde was on guitar. Tell us about how that came about, you singing that song.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was in L.A. writing songs and rehearsing for my first solo album. And I just ran into Zakk and Lita in the rehearsal studios, and we were playing around, and we started doing that, and it just sounded so good and was so much fun that we just recorded it.
So if any of you have not heard it, please go listen to Lou's version of Stairway to Heaven. It is absolutely incredible. Now, in the mid-'80s, so it was you and it was Steve Perry as the other guy voice. Now, we didn't see a rivalry between you two, but was there, kind of?
No, there was not at all. We were very friendly. As a matter of fact, I could tell you a quick story. In 1979, we played Pittsburgh with Journey, and it was a sold-out show. We had a lot of fun with them. And the next morning, I get up early. I get up early and I have breakfast. By 7:30, I'm done with breakfast. And so I'm having breakfast in the hotel restaurant. And who walks into the restaurant but Steve? And he comes and sits down with me. We start talking, and they sounded great the night before. And I guess we had a good show too. So it was a lot of fun talking with him. And then he said to me, "What would you think? What would you think if we took Neil and Mick and Jonathan and Dennis Elliott and you and me and formed a supergroup?" And I looked at him like, "Are you pulling my chain?" And I kept looking for a smirk or something, and he was dead serious. And he was going, "With the writing and the playing, can you imagine how good that would be?" And I was like, "Steve, I gotta go."
I have an omelet on the table.
Yeah, really. Listen, that's nice, Steve. I gotta go. Yeah? He may have been kidding, but he kept a straight face. But I thought he was serious, and it didn't intrigue me at all. That's why I had to go.
I bet you he was serious, though.
Maybe.
I bet you.
He's got some different ideas.
Well, we can only imagine what that supergroup would have been like.
I wonder what it would have been called.
Right? Yeah. What? Let's see. Forager. Forager.
Fernie.
Fernie. I like that one. Oh, you gotta get a T-shirt.
Would that be something or what?
And please, I'm sorry. I keep thinking about when we talked in Vegas about the tank tops. I keep visioning you with a box of tank tops that you wore. Now, did you hand those out yet, or what? What are you doing with those?
Handing them out. I'm hoarding them. I at some point I'm going to put them online.
Good. Make sure you let me know first.
Oh, I sure will. Oh, my daughter's got some good ones, and my son too. My 20-year-old son. My daughter got the scarf from Foreigner's first tour around the world.
Oh my gosh!
It's really cute. And my son Joe has our 1978 debut at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, they must just revel in those.
Oh yeah, they're. I mean, obviously they didn't know who we were as they were growing up, but now that they're old enough and they listen to music all the time, they have an appreciation for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also talked about those unreleased songs that you had in your back pocket from the 80s. So wouldn't it be a great time right now to maybe release those? Because everybody be paying attention.
Well, Kiki, I'm working on them. I'm one mix away from releasing the first three.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm hoping that sometime in maybe the middle or the end of June, the first three will be online.
Oh, I can't. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to hear. And everybody's going to be very excited as well.
They are really turning out good. The basic song was there, and most of the vocals were there. I filled in some spots that were missing, or the words weren't great. I changed them or whatever. But that whole feeling of that time is there, and I'm so excited about letting them see the light of day.
I was just going to say to you, when you're mixing those, I mean, they're from that time.
Oh yeah, they reek of that time.
Oh,
when we're mixing them, you can feel that era.
Love it! I can't wait, Lou. I can't wait.
Soon come.
Yay! Now, also the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I am your rooter. I am telling you, I cannot. Whatever I can do for you. What do you think the chances are for 2021?
Honestly, I think it's ridiculous to the point now where I don't think about 2021 or 2022 or 23. I just don't even think about it anymore. I'm so happy to be in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I would love to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but it doesn't seem that it'll ever be. And I can't imagine what the reason is. It's so ridiculous.
Well, we all want you to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Trust me. Now, I do have to say that your book, Jukebox Hero, everyone can visit lougramm.com or lougrammofficial.com. And now, am I correct? Fans have a chance to get a personalized copy from you, right?
Absolutely, yes.
That is great. And I have to say, it is a very easy read. You will not want to put it down. I didn't. I will. I just have to show everybody on. Yep, here it is. Here is Jukebox Here. I'm holding up the book right now, Lou. And I just have to say thank you so much for sharing. Now, what are your birthday plans?
Quiet dinner at home with family. Not much to watch on television. Maybe I'll Robin and I will watch a movie and right off to bed.
You know what? That's more than perfect. It really is.
Lou, can I come to your birthday? Is that okay?
We kind of shy away from having guys like you show up.
Oh, well, you know what? Thanks for sharing that with me. And so I understand it's your birthday this Saturday.
Yes, it is.
And we got a letter just delivered to the Kiki.fm studios. Kiki, if you don't mind opening up that letter right now, Kiki has not seen the letter yet. She's going to open it up and read it to you. Is that okay with you, Lou?
Absolutely, I'm here.
That's your birthday, so we got to behave myself. So I'll go back in the woodwork here. Go ahead, Kiki. Go ahead, Kiki.
Okay, so here is a letter from a very special friend. Dear Mr. Gramm, a very happy birthday to you, my friend. It's been an honor to know you and work alongside you. As far back as the late 80s, early 90s, when I was in a young band called Tall Stories. At the time, we were also managed by the late, great Bud Prager. And when we would follow yourself and Mick Jones after several of your writing and demo sessions in their offices on Broadway, it was in that very same room that we shared to also meet and write, where we would kneel before the recording equipment. It was an Akai 12-track machine, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Where we'd pray that even the smallest of mojo or magic would rub off you and creative mega hit makers and onto your students and worshipers. I'd also like to take the time to thank you during my time touring with Journey, where you'd often take me under your wing, advising and supporting me. You'll never know how much that meant to have you in my corner. And finally, as we embark on our current escapades with the talented John Payne and his sensational band, I so look forward to the future and the new memories that have yet to be born. Not to be cliche, but these words could not be truer. To the original, often imitated, never duplicated. Here's to you on your birthday and many, many, many happy days to come. Sincerely, your friend, Steve Augeri.
Oh, that's very cool.
Oh,
Steve's
God.
a great guy.
He really is a great guy.
Now, Lou, I am absolutely amazed by the people around the world listening to the program right now. People from coast to coast, Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, is incredible. And what you've brought to all of us is absolutely amazing. And Bob, your friend, he's a great guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He really
He's been
is.
with me for about 12 years now.
And the entire Foreigner Camp wants to wish you a very happy birthday as well, too.
Oh, that's very nice.
John Lapham and all those other guys.
Excellent.
So I got a few more people who want to say happy birthday for you, Lou, okay?
All righty.
All right.
And all I want to say is happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Louis Gramm. Happy birthday to you. Love you. Mwah.
Hey Lou, it's Kelly Hansen here. I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you are. And just wanted to say, hey, have a great time and celebrate, man. You're the best.
Mr. Lou Gramm, this is Moni Scaria, guitarist with Asia featuring John Payne. I'd like to wish you the happiest of birthdays and many more to come. And I hope you're doing great. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor having the chance to work with you. And it's a thrill being on stage with you, playing your classic hits. These are all songs I loved hearing on the radio growing up. It was always exciting to hear your phenomenal voice on the radio, and you're still an inspiration to this day. So thanks, Lou. Keep rocking, and see you soon.
Hey, Lou, this is Kelly Vohnn, and I just want to say a huge, huge happy birthday. It's always an honor and a pleasure whenever we work together. I am in awe of your talent. You have been and always will be the greatest singer of all time, and you're just an honor to just know you and work with you. Love you very much.
Hey Lou, this is Joel Hoekstra from Whitesnake. I just want to wish you a happy 70th and let you know how much I admire you, your singing, you're a legend, man. Having the opportunity to play your songs with Foreigner for a minute was a highlight of my life, and I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Sir Lou Gramm. That's right, I just knighted you. You can contact the Queen and tell her that Lee said it's okay. And I'm just giving you a quick note here, Lou, to wish you happy 70th birthday. Let you know that we're missing you, buddy, and I can't wait to get back out there and rocking with you. Hope you're having a great day, enjoying your 70th birthday, and here's to many more to come.
Hey everybody, Michael Stairtoe wishing Lou Gramm, the legend, a very happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying yourself, Lou, driving your cars, enjoying life. I miss you, buddy. Love you. Happy birthday.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Lou. It's me, carol-lyn. I just wanted to call and say happy birthday. I hope you know what an honor and a pleasure it is for me to get to sing with you on a regular basis. When all of this craziness is over, I'm really looking forward to doing it again. I hope your day is so special because you're special, and let's rock and roll soon.
Hello, Lou. This is Tony from the Outfield. Have an amazing 70th birthday. You really are a legend, and it's been an honour to share the stage with you. Have a great day, and hope to see you soon. Cheers, mate.
Take a little time to think things over. You better read between the lines, in case you'll need it when you're older. Well, another year older. Lou, happy birthday. This is John Payne. Such a pleasure working with you and playing your music. We're all great fans, as I have been from the very beginning. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Big, big happy birthday. Cheers, Lou.
How was that?
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Kiki, you there?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
I'm misting up, I'll tell you.
I mean, really, Lou, you are loved. I can't even express to you how much you I'm sure you know, but worldwide, everybody just loves you. I mean, we have been promoting this since last week, and the amount of people coming out and saying how much they love you, they love your music. You have just touched the world in such a way. I hope you know that we all appreciate everything you've given to us.
Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate you saying it. I honestly do. I've my career has spanned almost 4 decades now, and there's been been a lot of fun going on, and there's been some very difficult times too. But I can say I've made a lot of friends on the road, and had a lot of great experiences with Foreigner and the other people I performed with, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.